Hi everyone, I'm Andy Liu from Docan. So today I want to talk about something very practical. What should you do after receiving a brand new battery? Today we are going to use our Moon series battery systems as an example, and I'll walk you through everything step by step. Right here, you can see our 32 kilowatt hour and 48 kilowatt hour battery systems. I mean, these are basically the energy-based you have been looking for, right? Okay, so what should you do first after receiving a battery like this? Well, first of all, check the appearance. After all, you paid good money for it, right? So before turning anything on, give the battery a good look. Check the enclosure, the display, the connectors, the cables, and anything else that might have been damaged during transportation. Okay, if everything looks good, then we can move on to the second step, and that is checking the voltage. Now, there are actually two situations we need to check. Let's start with the first one. Make sure the circuit breaker is off and the power is off. At this point, we need a multimeter to check the battery output voltage. Under normal conditions, the voltage should be very close to zero. Now, let's look at the second situation. The battery is powered on. Okay, and need to close the circuit breaker. Okay, in this case, we check the output voltage again, and you can see the voltage is 53 normally. Alright, let's take a look at the display. Check whether all the data looks normal. Basically, anything you can see on the screen should be checked. Voltage, current, SOC, alarms, and so on. Okay, so now we can move on to charging the battery. There is one important thing to keep in mind. Start with a relatively low charging current. And if you have a dedicated battery charger, that's even better. In this video, I'll show you how we set up compatible the inverter for this battery system. Alright, let's set it up together. First, let's check the DIP switches on the battery. For this step, make sure all DIP switches is off Up is on, down is off. And we need to connect the power cable between battery and the inverter. Positive to positive and negative to negative. And plug the communication cable into CAN port. It is inverter side. And close the circuit breaker. Okay, next, the power on. And set the protocol. Okay. Settings and protocol. Click read. Okay, and select panel. Select PY20. Okay, click Site. And power on the inverter. On the inverter, we need to set the protocol code to 00. Resume mode 00 and confirm. Now, let's wait a moment and see if the communication is successful. Alright, here now we can see that the communication is successful. So let's check the battery parameters. We just want to make sure they match the data shown on the BMS. So the communication is working properly. Alright, now we can start charging. We need to check some parameters on the inverter. Okay. Settings, battery setting, and change the current to 5. Okay. And a 9-volt grid charge. Confirm. And close the grid circuit breaker. Okay, the battery has started charging. Now, 5 amps on the battery. Yes, correct. So that's basically what should you do after receiving a new battery system. That's all for today. And in next video, we are going to take this battery apart and have a look inside. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in next video. Bye bye.